Welcome back to Burn and Barrel, and today we're going to be reviewing Bulleit's Cast Strength Bourbon. Bulleit is a distillery that is located in Louisville, Kentucky. This particular bottle is also aged and bottled at Stitzel Weller, which is also in Louisville, Kentucky. This is their barrel strength offering from Bulleit, which is a limited bottling and comes out to around 122 proof. This bottle is a blend of around 10 different recipes, and once they are blended together, the mash bill is around 68% corn, 28% rye, and 4% malted barley. Right now, these recipes are contract distilled and then blended, but that is changing in the future as Bulleit builds their own warehouses. And now, let's get right into the review. So I've gone ahead and poured out some of the Bulleit cast strength here, so let's get right into the review. So, first off, as always, is the color. Color is a nice kind of medium gold color, like a not super dark, not super light, and not just in the blends. Like if you, I can show you the bottle here too. So as you can see, the color is actually pretty decent. Like it's not super dark, but it's also not like super light either. It's definitely a good medium ground here, and it may help because the label itself is black. So it may be like reflecting a little darkness on the inside, make it look darker. I don't know, but the actual color from what you can see, just like in this middle part here, I bring it up to like the light a little bit. You can definitely see it's got like a nice hue to it. So definitely something that has some legs on it, has a little oomph to it. So and like I said, just looking at the blend here, same thing. It's got like a nice kind of amber golden color. So I think it's gonna have some good stuff to it. So let's just get right into the nose. So I'm getting a lot of sweetness. Like it's definitely sweet. I definitely got some sweet notes to it. It smells kind of like fresh cookies almost. Like just like cookies, or like maybe, I don't think it's chocolate. I don't get like any chocolates, but maybe like, fresh, like, just like sugar cookies, or if you're just baking any sort of like sweet pastry or anything, like that. Like, I know it just smells like a bakery, like just bakery goods, like something sweet, something light, something that's definitely got, like that sugary, brown sugariness in it. I think it's pretty decent. Then you get a little bit of, I want to call it like citrus, maybe a little citrusy. Yeah, definitely a little citrusy on there. Maybe some vanilla too, but it's really just cookies. Like, it really just smells like caramelly goodness from like a bakery. Like that's really what I'm getting here. Maybe a little wood too, just like a little bit, but honestly, it's mostly just like baked goods. Like that's just what I'm getting. And it's super nice. So I'm really digging the nose on this. So let's just get right into the palate. Whoa. Definitely a turn. Not a bad turn. Hold on, I'm getting a little bit more than finished there. Okay. So, based on the nose, I had preconceived expectations that this was going to be not like a super like sweet pour, but definitely sweeter, on the sweeter side. What I'm getting is a little sweetness. Like I'm getting some sweetness there, but I guess my expectations were a little too high, maybe just from the nose, because it's definitely got sweetness. Don't get me wrong, but it's just not like up there like I thought it was going to be just on the nose alone. It's definitely got a brown sugariness on the front, kind of similar to that cookie note I was getting on the nose, but it only lasts like briefly, like very briefly, and then it transitions into more savory, sour type notes to kind of counteract it. So I'm getting a little bit of that oak, the little oak that I was getting on the palate. It definitely is coming back a little bit more on the palate than it is on the nose. That citrus is still there a little bit. I get kind of like a peppery spice. Like you would just like season on scrambled eggs or something like that. Definitely getting a little bit of that in the middle towards the end. And on the end, it's more of the end of the palate. It's more of like oaky type. Now the finish is also, it's got a little sweetness, but again, it's predominantly these other notes. So like, I'm getting leather, I'm getting oak, I'm getting like almost like a drying, like a slight drying effect on my tongue and just kind of in my mouth, which is not bad. It's just, I can definitely tell there's some more tannins in this, just a little more oaky. And that's not bad. Like I said, that is not a bad thing. It's just there. So I think from what you get from this, who do I think would like this? I think if you tend to not like overly sweet pours, obviously this is going to be for you. If you tend to like a little bit of a kind of like leathery, armchair, oaky, I'm not going to say this is not a like just full that, but it's definitely got those notes in there too. But it's got the sweetness on it. It's like it's a good balancing act. I think for me, this is definitely leaning to more like a 6 out of 10. I wouldn't really go higher than that just because of my personal preference. As I've stated a few times on this, these other reviews before, I tend to like some of the sweeter notes. So if I got like that cookie note, like that fresh cookie note, just right from the get-go on the palate, then I think this would be even better. But for me, that's just my personal preference. So if that's not you, you may like this more than I do. I still think this is good. I just think maybe for the price, which is around 45, 50 bucks, I think. I think there's some better options for my personal palate, but you may try this and think this is one of your like personal favorites for your palate, and that's completely okay with me. Just for me though, just for my palate alone, I think there are just like quite a few, quite a few is too much. Like there are definitely just a few more pours that I think would be better for me. Just a little better. I don't think they're outrageously better. I think just, if I'm gonna spend 50 bucks, I've got a couple in mind that I think I'd rather have. Like, I think I'd maybe rather have a rare breed. I think I'd maybe rather have, I maybe would rather have a Cooper's Craft. I maybe would rather have, I'm just looking over here at some of the other bottles that I have that are in that kind of range. Maybe even like a Jim Beam single barrel, which is a little bit cheaper, about 40 bucks. Let me see if there's anything over here. Yeah, so like I said, there's just a few bottles that I can think of really quickly off the top of my head that would be kind of better, I think, for me. Now, I will say for the proof point combined with the taste, it is a pretty good value. I'm not saying this is a bad value. I think it's pretty good. Just for me, there's some other ones that are better, in my opinion. But I would not say anybody is wrong in thinking that this is a good pour for them. So again, like I said, this is a good 6 out of 10 for me. If you like the woody oakiness and you don't like overly sweet stuff, perfect pour for you. If you want something that doesn't bite that badly for being a cask strength product, this is a 121.8 proof, then this is the one for you. I think even with 120 plus proof, it doesn't drink that much. It drinks, low 100s proof, maybe 105. So I think you're definitely in the right ballpark with this pour. I think this is a very good pour. It's got some legs, good quality. Obviously Bulleit's got some good stuff, so I think they did a good job with this one with a good price point. So if you fall in those categories of don't like it over sweet, like the leather and oak, like having something not burn you when you're just drinking it, and something more casual instead of complex and really deep, I think this is definitely a good pour. And if you haven't even tried something from Bulleit, this is definitely a bottle I can recommend.
I hope you guys have enjoyed this review of Bulleit Barrel Strength Bourbon. I have left a summarized version of this review down in the description below alongside a link to Bulleit's website. If you've gotten a chance to try this bottle, please let me know down in the comments below, and don't forget to check out some of the videos on screen now. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time here on Burn and Barrel.